says the pasuk before, right? V'hoy krem aleichem b'neichem. Ma avodah zois lachem. You have children, I'm going to ask you, what is avodah? Someone says, Pasuk Hashem, and we go Mishnah and say, Baruch Hashem, I'm going to have children, right? Krem aleichem b'neichem. The Torah says that your children ask you the Mishnah, answer questions. So it's right to have children. People bow down to thank Hashem and B'suras upon him. So he says, what's the Gavaldik of B'surat Torah? Of course it's B'surat Torah without children. But he says, but it's all going to know you, he says. He says, every time a person has a child, especially bows down, and this, he says, B'suras upon him. What was the special B'sura, he says? He says that they bowed and thanked, he says, but people always, one was taken for granted to have children, right? What was the Gavaldik of B'surat Torah? It's a remarkable teretz. A remarkable answer, he says. He says, which son is talking over here? Remember the Haggadah? There's a Chacham, there's a Rasha, there's a Tam Shadei Elisha. What does the Chacham say? Ma'a'ides v'achukim v'mishpatim asher tziva Hashem Elokeinu. That's the Chacham. What does the Rasha say? Ma'avodas zois lachem. What is this difficult word? Right? Lachem v'lo Eloi. What does the Tam say? Tam's the end of the parasha. What does the Tam say? Tam says, what is this? I don't know what this is. He doesn't even know what to say. He doesn't call it avodah. Doesn't call it chukim mishpat. I don't know what this is. That's the Tam. He didn't ask any question altogether. He just sits there. And the Abzach, he said, no, talk about Mitzrayim. That's the 4 kids. Which kid are you talking about over here in this parasha here? That's the Russian. What's this avodah for you? Talk about the Russian. So we could help me shtach. Everyone bows down to thank Hashem. What the B'sura talking about the Russian? Chas v'shalom. Talk about the Russian here. Ma avodah zois lachem. Ma avodah zois lachem. She said, unbelievable answer. She said like this. Listen to this. This is amazing. He says, what does it have to write about all 4 children? One thing is, if a kid asks you a question, they should answer him, but he says it's fine. What does that write about a Chacham? He says like this. The Rasha, he says Ma'avodah. The Tam says Ma'azois. She'en de Elisha was Achlei. Just say it. If your child asks you, answer. I tell you, all different places give all different answers. 4 different Chayran above them, different Torah. Echad Chacham, Echad Rasha. Why? What's the reason for that? You ever had that question? Why? She has an unbelievable answer. He says, to show you, he says, that a child is a chelik ha-Torah, he says. Your child is a chaticha of Torah, he says. Your child is part of the Torah. We're not a nation of elitists. We're only chacham, only the chacham we want, that's it. We're only the aleph plus 2. Every child's a chelik of Torah, he says. Whether the child's a chacham, whether he's a Rasha chas v'shalom, whether he's a Tam, she'en de Elisha. These are all chelik ha-Torah. And no one knows who's more choshev to Hashem, who's not. Even the Rasha. Don't say, throw him out of here. It says, speak to him. Rashi used to say, it says, Haki Hashinim. It doesn't mean to throw him out, he says. Haki Hashinim means to make him better, he says. Like Avram was sending Shmuel out. They should become better, he should do tshuva. So Rashi says, word of God. He says, the Torah specifically mentions all 4 brothers to show you that each one is choshev to Hashem. Each one takes his portion of the Torah. Each one is mentioned in the Torah. There's no such a thing as saying, okay, this child, this is a Tam, nothing comes of him. No. No one knows what's in common for the Gemara says. The Gemara says, even when now be Maver and Nachal, let's say you have 2 children. One's a Chacham, one's a Rasha. You can't take the Yerusha away from the Rasha, because for all you know, he's going to have a son, a Tzaddik, and the Tzaddik's going to get Hashem, the Gemara says. To show you the cheshivas of a child. He says, that's what the people of Yigdal Mishnachim, they saw what a child is, he says. That no matter how choshuv he is and not choshuv, he's the future of Klal Yisrael. He's a chelik ha-Torah. We don't just try to teach to the best ones and everyone else will fly right. Fakert. Rabbi Vega, one time he fainted. He was repeating again and again the Gemara. Until he fainted from exhaustion. The That's what shkechas he put in. Rav prayed at one time. He used to teach a Talmud 400 times the same Gemara. At one time he told his Talmud, he says, please listen well because I got to get out of here soon. I got to go to a wedding. Teach him 400 times because I don't understand it. He says, what's going on? He said, no, I feel like nervous because you're leaving soon. I can't concentrate. He says, no problem. Forget about the wedding. Forget about the smorgasbord. He says, teach him another 400 times. Hashem says, what do you want? The whole generation should go to Olam Haba. You live for 400 years. He says, the whole generation go to Olam Haba. Hashem says, you ask for your generation, you get both. He lived for 400 years, and everyone went to Olam Haba in his chus. So Chaim Shlomo said, Chaim Shlomo says, we all read the story. We say, wow. He says, this Rebbe, what a sign this Rebbe. Pray the wall. Pray there's such a savlan, such midas type, such a good rabbi. Didn't get tired 400 times, 800 times. Chaim Shlomo says, I see something else in the story. What a Talmud, he says. The Talmud could have said, forget about it. Learning's not for me, chas v'shalom. How much time should I have to sit and learn? Forget about it. I'm not cut out for learning. With the expression, I'm not cut out for learning, he says, right? Forget about it. Give up and leave. Go become an accountant this way. Go become a gardener. He says, Rebbe, please, one more time. 400 times. He's waiting. Who has such an avos ater to want to listen 800 times, he says. Don't just look at the Rebbe, he says. Look at the Talmud. There's once two students in the old Mir Yeshiva. They were together with Chavrusa in Europe. In Middle Zman, they split up. Mashiach, who's a Rucher, Chas Lashon Shmona wasn't over to him. And he says, what happened? Why you guys not learning together? They said, Rebbe, he says, we're still best friends. Chas V'Shalom, nothing bad. We're just learning. We don't get along in learning. We can't learn together. So he tells them, now what could you do together? He says, eat potatoes? As in kartoffel, he said. What else is there besides learning? You can't learn with somebody? He says, you can't go learning? He says, what could you do? He says. Someone has to row besides play what? Play ball with him? What do you do with him? You want to bond with your son? Make a say and learn with him. You want to bond with your friend? Learn with him, he says. Everyone's always said to do chesed, right? Chesed, which is a big zach. There's organizations for everything. Organizations for everything. No should need. Right? Scholar for this, for that. You open up a gemach. There's unbelievable gemachs. The gemach, you need to buy a tablecloth, salt shakers, benches, chumashim, siddurim, whatever you can imagine. She was to say, you have to make a gemach. You have to make an organization. If someone doesn't understand pshat and learning, he says. He has a difficulty in the Gemara. You have to have a number to call up. It's an emergency, he says. It's the same emergency, he says. Help me, I don't understand, he says. Everyone knows a friend needs a job, needs a shidduch, needs help. Everyone knows you gotta help him. Your friend is not learning Torah, he says. You feel the same need to help him, he says. Your friend never living his life day after day like an animal, working and sleeping and working and eating and working. He says, the only number wants to meet, he says, it's not chesed too. To drag him into a shia to come learn? To drag him into somebody, he says? I'll just conclude, late now. Just conclude with one line. The pasuk says over here, let's see the pasuk over here. The pasuk says, Hashem gave the Chena in Mitzrayim. And they borrowed all the stuff from Mitzrayim. They not from Mitzrayim. They went to the house and said, okay, can I borrow your tissue box? Okay, thank you. How about the table? Yes. Okay, the chumash? Yes. The stand, yes. The chairs? They cleaned out the whole Mitzrayim. Rashi says, mamish, like water with no fish inside. Completely cleaned out. Why should make it so interesting? Make it simple. Somebody Hashem rained down money, guys. Hashem going to rain down money too. Guys, just leave. Forget about the Mitzrayim. Pack out of here. Tomorrow, 12 o'clock, you can get a cash distribution. You'll open up your bank account, open up the app on your phone, and you're going to see in the account, everyone's going to see $25 million to finish, right? Make the whole thing. Go borrow, and in 3 days it was dark, and they couldn't move, and they checked, and they saw, and they bought what? He said, I'm waiting a line. He says, there's nothing more difficult for a person. I feel someone took advantage of him. It's true. Guy goes ahead and makes an investment. Invests $1 million even, a company. Lechem doesn't work out. Does the guy cry? Does the guy pull his hair out? No. Didn't work, it didn't work. Whatever, he tried. So he's not too happy. The guy comes over to him and scams him, right? tells him, I'm importing a chveis from China, from Russia, this, that, I need $1 million, and we can make a fortune of money, can double the money. And then the guy's not importing, it's not China, it's not this, it's not that, the guy's a thief. That guy's so angry, he eats him up how much alive. Why? It's the same $1 million. Why are you so angry now? He says, the guy took advantage, he says. If he loses fair and square, he loses it. Look at investment. He tried to bring he wanted to bring in coffee tables in China. He bought 5 containers and didn't go. Okay. The guy scammed him, he tricked him, he lied to him. Right? He says, imagine how the Jews felt, he says. The Jews, we're B'nai Chayrin, we're B'nai Eretz Yaakov, he says. And the Goyim lied to us, they tricked us. It's come work, we'll pay you, don't worry, this, that. You get a big paycheck. Then they stopped paying them. Then they stopped being Meshabed them. They gave the men to do women's jobs, women to do men's jobs. He says, imagine the Jews felt being taken advantage of. He says, it was much worse than just stealing money from them. It was taking advantage of them. We're B'nai Chayrin, we're not Avodim. They treated B'nai Chayrin as an evidence, the worst thing. There's only one way to undo the damage. To get the money back from them, he says. Not Hashem. Hashem could have sent us plenty of money in the mail. Nani HaKovid. With the mon. She says, no, you schlep it out of them. V'shalumas Rishoyim Tira. Hashem promises you're going to see the payback to the Rishoyim. Avidim Alkeinu and the Koyim. And some say, Le'inenu. We should see the Nekama. As long as the guy gets a Nekama, he sees the Nekama. He sees that they give back what they took. He sees they paid up what they owe, he says. Then he feels bad. Oh, there's an odd, he scammed you, I'll give you a check, don't worry. He says, I don't want your money, he says. Instead, that's him gears back. That's the whole Yisrael Hashem took us out of time. If Hashem not taking us a trial, you know, Hezek Hashbach at the same time we're saying the Haggadah, Anu of a native Evin or showing apartments of Muslim, show with the power. Why is that? Everyone had him in Mitzrayim already. What do you mean Muslims with the Mitzrayim? Everyone. Who's a slave today, right? Even the black people were freed, right? By Lincoln, right? Who's a slave today? We would still be slaves today. No one would have freed us all these years. Good question. I used to say, there's 2 ways to free a person. One way to free a person is like the black people. Okay, Nebuch. It's not right, it's not fair to them, it's not justice. Nebuch, look at them, how miserable they are. So you free them out of Rahmanas. You free them out of compassion. You know what? Look at them today. Most of them still feel like they still have that same shiftless from all the other nations. Here you see that these people, they're the most in poverty and drugs and crime, broken homes, children out of wedlock, the most people in prison, because they were freed like Nebuch cases. Nebuch cases, they were freed like Rachmanut. So they feel like Rachmanut. But Hashem says, that's how you've been freed by somebody else, that's how you feel like. You've never lost that slave mentality, that underdog. But Hashem freed us, not as Nebuch cases. Hashem frees us. Thomas Gimel Horazeh. Hashem said, I'm just not freeing you, Nebuch, okay, go free, and we feel like Nebuch the whole life, we're living on as Nebuch cases. No. Hashem frees us, because you Mamlechas Kohen, Rabbi Utatim Tiuli, Mamlechas Kohen, V'goy Kodesh, Hashem says. I want to lift you up, and bring you to Har Sinai, and give you a Torah, and give you Eretz Yisrael, and give you a Beis HaBechira, and a Beis HaMikdash. I have big plans for you. You don't belong being slaves. You belong being the Am Hashem, the Bnei B'chai Yisrael. Oh, half the years come on Hashem. Oh, walk down Mitzrayim, whole different. We don't go Mitzrayim like a bunch of Nebuch cases, Okay. No, walk down Mitzrayim. Stark. Walked out to Kaim Eskufa. Walked out of Mitzrayim. Like a Goy Kodesh. Hashem took out from us not just not being slaves, but he took out the slave mentality. He says, you guys are not you guys are not supposed to be slaves. You guys are leaders. You guys are Goy Kodesh. You guys, Kach Yeschad Lilam, V'Yislachem Elavim. Eshmi Zoycha Boltzin Goyel, Rev Menu Amen.
Chazak.